Hello, welcome to the first Spartan Sports Central of 2017. We have some good news for you folks. The Stafford High Boys Basketball team won another district championship earlier this month. The Spartans wrapped up their season yesterday and will begin postseason competition next week. Welcome back, Coach Botts.
Pleasure to be here.
So I've got the best boys basketball coach in 3 counties sitting right next to me.
Well, we'll just go ahead and take your word for it. I don't know about that one.
So, well, anyways, the record speaks for itself. You have, you wrapped up last night, and it was senior night.
Yeah.
Talk about those 8 seniors and what they've meant to your program.
Well, it's an emotional night. A lot of those guys have been in the program 2, 3, and 4 years. They've been a large part of our success last couple years. So to see those guys go, it's going to be tough on me, but you just try to build for next year.
And you've had the pleasure of coaching them both in basketball and football. What's that been like?
You kind of build a special kind of bond. Guys like Desmond and Mathis and Zaquan Brooks, they play your position as being receivers on the football field. So you work with them there. You kind of know what they bring, and then you build that relationship in that football grind. They come on a basketball court and they're still grinding, and to no longer coach those guys, it's kind of like you're leaving a surrogate son, so to say.
So among those players that you have, do you have any key leaders on the team this year?
They all contribute. I do count on those guys that have been in the program the most, like Anthony Rivers is a 4-year guy, but all those seniors, Zaquan is a 3-year letterman, Miles Braz is a 3-year letterman, Desmond Mathis is a 3-year letterman. So those guys, you kind of look for that experience and that leadership, and they all collectively bring it in practice and in the games.
Now, we both know you have a huge home court advantage when you play here in Stafford. The fans get loud, they get rowdy, you guys win, people know what happens. But you go to some of these places in these small towns like Columbus, Sealy, Belleville, and then you're still able to win there on the road. What's been the key to that success?
Well, you have to have a different focus on the road. We try to go in with the mentality, you're 10 points down. Those teams like Belleville, Needville, Columbus, they bring a crowd. So that brings the excitement with the game. And for the most part, those guys have come out focused, jumped out to an early lead, and, been able to sustain it throughout the game.
Okay, so how does this team compare to some of your past teams that you've had in recent years at Stafford?
It's kind of tough because all those teams, they all mean something to me. I think this team here probably has the most experience. That's what I like most about this team. We've spent a lot of time, preseason preparing. So you see all the work that they've put in over the summer, you see all the work that they've put in over the fall, and you would just enjoy for those guys to get the best out of their senior year.
And you obviously, were part of a very successful football team. They went 4 rounds deep, lost the eventual state champion. But this team, this basketball team that you're coaching, is the first Stafford varsity team in 16-17 to win a district championship. What does that mean to you?
That's one of our goals. That's something that we set out at the beginning of the year, and that's just the start of it. With how we would like to say in practice, our goals are loftier, but this district championship gives us a start going into the playoffs.
Okay, and then speaking of playoffs, last couple of years I think you drew Wharton in the first round, obviously a tough opponent out of the gate.
Right.
But winning this district title gives you a little more leeway with starting, maybe with a better path to the playoffs.
You would hope so. Right now, they in that other district, District 25, I think, they have 2 teams tied for 4th, Bay City and El Campo. Both of those teams tie, it'll be a play-in, which would be a 4th place team. That should give us some momentum, but once you get into the playoffs, everybody's 0-0, and everybody thinks that they have a chance to win. So it's best that we come out not thinking about seeds, but just hopefully finding that rhythm and making a strong push throughout the playoffs.
So when you talk about El Campo, I know that was such a hard-fought game in football. When you guys went down there, gave it all you had, came up a little short. Is there anything, I know you have a lot of football players on the team, is there any not revenge, but just kind of extra incentive maybe if you end up playing them?
Any game, we try to use it as motivation. We know with the history of Stafford and with the way we're rolling this year, everybody is going to give us their best. So we should know whoever we play, whether it's Bay City, El Campo, that team is going to give us our best, and we have to be ready to meet their challenge.
Do you think the energy of football, once you got that infusion of the football players coming in, carried over to the success of basketball?
Oh, no question. We remind those guys, especially those football guys, about that feeling of success and that feeling of defeat. And I think those guys that have come from the football field, they kind of have that taste in their mouth. They know that they were one game short of their goals, and I think they're trying to relinquish that feeling and try to make a big push throughout this basketball playoffs.
So you're looking at Wednesday, and then you have, a while you don't have a tiebreaker game, which is a good thing.
It is.
But you have a lot of rest. Is that a good thing to have that rest between now and, Monday or Tuesday when you end up having to play that game?
I think it is. To give us a chance to get more of a rhythm, touch up on some things defensively, hopefully to give us a chance to scout some other opponents, our current one, and going forward. So any rest is good. Keep those guys fresh, especially keep the coach fresh, and then hopefully when the ball jumps up, we're ready to go.
Now, you were an assistant on that 2010 team that went to the state semis. Any wisdom or anything you take from that experience that you can apply to this one?
Well, you have to let the guys know about the grind. It's tough for me not to think about that 2010 season, and you just want those guys to experience that, build their own legacy, but you know that these games are not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a fight every single game. If they can understand that and take it possession by possession, this team can be just as successful as that 2010 group.
Okay, so there's not much of a difference sometimes between a team that goes to the Final Four and one that may lose a close first-round game.
Luck plays its part. You have to be lucky, I agree. And you got to be hot. I think right now we have a good rhythm going, and we just want to keep that rolling into the playoffs.
Okay, so lucky and good. That's the Stafford Spartans 2016-17. Good luck in the playoffs,
Hey,
Coach.
thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, next up is our player profile.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
A smile. It can show how we feel. It can change the course of our lives. But what would life be like if you weren't able to smile? It doesn't have to be this way. Since 1999, Smile Train has been helping children experience the simple joy of a smile. To learn more, call or go online now.
I believe in you. Just 4 simple words. But to a child in need, they mean the world. When you support a child through Save the Children, you're saying, I believe in you. You're worthy of good nutrition, quality health care, and education. I believe in you. Just 4 simple words that can bring hope, that can change a life. Visit sponsor.savethechildren.org/believe today and tell a child in need, I believe in you.
Stafford High girls basketball team exceeded expectations this season, and the Lady Spartans qualified for the playoffs. Last week, the team honored its 4 seniors, including Rhoda Burhane-Meskel. She's been a leader on and off the court for Stafford. This week, she's featured in our player profile.
After a disappointing basketball season last year, the Lady Spartans are beginning to hit their stride. Thanks to the hard work and leadership of high school senior Rhoda Burhane-Meskel, the team is excelling beyond expectations.
My name is Rhoda Burhane-Meskel. I've been playing basketball since 7th grade, and I play point guard or shooting guard. Today, I was mostly focusing on my shots and making better passes and just basically trying to play better with my teammates and just playing comfortable. So for tomorrow's game, I know what to do and I just know what to focus on.
Rhodas is one of the shooting guards that we have on the team. She has developed into an awesome leader. Her work ethic is just, it's a coach's dream. Like, she's one of the kids that get in practice early. She works hard. She's always vocal and always positive and encouraging. And she's always staying late after practice. A lot of times I'm trying to kick her out of the gym, saying I have to go home, but she's a great kid. I mean, she leads by example. So when she gets on the girls as far as hustling, you know, they can't really say anything back because she's usually the first one in line when it comes to the running. And just like I said, the training, the stand, getting extra help, and watching film, the dedication on that, those are all qualities that you look for in a leader or a person that you will want to be a leader. Last year was really tough, you know, having 6 freshmen on varsity. So this year, the little experience that they had from last year to this year has definitely, it started off in a slope, but we've slowly built ourselves up to where we're competing much better now.
Rhodas credits the team's improvement to better communication.
On the bench, when I'm on the bench, I try to, let's say that we're on defense, we're like, okay, defense, let's go. Let's get the ball. And on the court, try to tell them, okay, let's get in help, this and that. Just talk on the court. It helps it, and it makes it easier to run plays and just make sure, like, your teammates feel like you're there for them, and just makes it easier. We know how to play as a team more now. Before it was like, as an individual, everybody's good their own way. But when we come as a team, we haven't been at that point where we were comfortable with each other. But now we have the chemistry, and I feel like we did really better than before.
Coaching such a young team has its challenges, but Coach Oliver is happy that the team is meeting its goals.
For this year, pretty much I just wanted to win more games than we did last year, which we definitely accomplished that. I wanted to establish some team chemistry. I feel like we have, and I just wanted the girls to get better, you know, every game. And I can definitely say we have done that. Just like I said, by us still being so young and inexperienced, my expectation really wasn't very high. So that what I did set as a goal, we have exceeded that, especially now that we're winding down with the last 2 games of district play, and we have an opportunity to make the playoffs, which last year we finished, ended up finishing 5th out of a 16 district. So we were like right on the outside looking in, but we have an opportunity to actually get in possibly as a 2nd or 3rd seed.
Rhodas is just as dedicated off the court as she is on the court.
She's one of the ones that, you know, whenever we have a break, whenever we were in tournaments or anything, she was the first one up in the stands pulling her books out to finish her work. So I know I have to get on her sometimes, especially about getting sleep, because she will stay late and practice, go home and study all night and try to function on 2 or 3 hours of sleep, because she was like, Coach, I have to get an A.
She has big plans for college and her career.
I haven't made my decision where I'm going yet, but I know I want to study in biology or chemistry. I want to be a physical therapist, but I do like biology. So I want to study in biology first and get to a physical therapy program and go from there.
Playing basketball has taught Rhodas a lot about life, and she has some words of wisdom for other players.
If you really believe in something and if you want it, you can get it. Like, basketball is not just a sport to me. I have a lot going on other than basketball, but when it just teaches you to be a better person, like your attitude and the passion. Like, if you have passion for something, you can really follow it and just do what you want to do.
We're sure this Spartan can accomplish anything she sets her mind to. For Spartan Sports Central, I'm Phil Logan.
Well, that was entertaining and informative From basketball to soccer, we're moving on. The Stafford Lady Spartans started their district schedule last Friday with a win over Sealy. The team is hoping to build on last season's success, and they have a new coach at the helm, Angel Maldonado, who happens to be a proud Stafford High graduate. Welcome to the show, Angel.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So I know you've coached a little while here at Stafford, but now you're a head coach. Is that a little bit different being a head coach?
It definitely is. All the managing of the program, having to schedule, having to contact, email various coaches, getting UIL eligibility forms right, and it's just a whole bunch more things to manage. But at the same time, I mean, it's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I like it, and I'm just moving forward with it. And so the success of the program, I mean, it happens to be in my hands now. So there's definitely a different, bigger role for me. And besides being an assistant coach, I think I accepted the challenge, and definitely it's been challenging, but at the same time, very rewarding.
And you've learned from the best track coach, in my opinion, the best track coach in the entire state of Texas.
That's correct.
Sergio Hinojosa. And you were on his staff last year, won a ring, state track champions. I know track and soccer are vastly different, but what do you take from that experience and bringing it into soccer?
Definitely, like going by the coaching experience that I got from track and cross country has helped me bring that into soccer. The workouts that I sometimes do are precisely from the track workouts. So a lot of the running, a lot of the conditioning, I try to incorporate those workouts in the program. That way we could build on speed and endurance. Okay,
so you have, last year, second round of the playoffs, they had a good team. And then right out of the gate, you beat Sealy 2-0 in the district opener last Friday. So how special is that to, kind of get the ball rolling?
As I can recall, we were out eating after the game, and one of my seniors just looks at me and she just tells me, "Hey, Coach, you're happy?" And I just kept smiling. Why? Because it was my first district win with the team, and definitely the success I had last year is very transparent this year, and those seniors that are on the team are definitely contributing to that, and the leadership they have to push the team beyond that second round of playoffs will definitely hope to see that happen.
So it's also a family affair for you because you have your younger brother as an assistant coach with you.
He's helped out the team. I also have Coach Gutierrez, who's been helping. She's my
played for Texas Tech, right?
She went to Texas Tech, and she actually played in high school.
Okay.
And she was as a freshman, made the varsity team, and she went to state with that team, and they won state, with her goal. And so she has that experience. So I have her as my assistant coach, and my brother, obviously, he's one of the employees there at the school and helps out with a lot of the training, comes out of practice and helps me out when he can.
So being a Stafford guy, how special is it to coach at Stafford?
Going back when I was in high school, I was captain of the soccer team. It's just a feeling of nostalgia. I just feel great just having the opportunity to coach these girls. And back at where I started my soccer career, you could say. And it's just an honor to be back at that stadium, seeing them play, and definitely the turf and the field has been upgraded.
All right, we expect great things from Coach Maldonado and the Stafford girls soccer program. Next up, we're going to talk to Coach Perez in the Stafford High boys soccer program.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, pet them, care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture, you can jump, yell, you can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. 'Cause we're connected.
serving the nation's poor and vulnerable regardless of faith, and advocating on their behalf. We are Catholic Charities.
Last season, the Stafford Spartan boys soccer team matched a school record when they advanced to the UIL regional semifinals for just the second time in school history. For you folks keeping score at home, that's the 4th round. The Spartans are hoping to repeat that success, and they just opened district on Friday. Coach Perez is accustomed to going to the 4th round. He did it twice last year, once in soccer and once in football, where he's an assistant coach. Welcome to Spartan Sports Central, Coach. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so you're getting pretty used to this 4th round, going to the 4th round stuff, huh?
Well, it's something you really can't take for granted. A lot of times it takes a lot of skill, of course, and some luck as well along the way in order for you to be able to get to that point.
And what have you said to your team as far as talking about replicating last year's success?
Well, I try not to put that type of pressure on us. We have goals as we move along through the season. One goal we were able to achieve last year was a share of the district title, and we're trying to have an outright title this year as well. And as we move on from game to game, we just try to take things one game at a time.
How many seniors do you have on the squad?
This year we have 13 seniors.
Oh, wow.
We have several seniors that played with us since their sophomore year, and we have some other seniors that have gone through the program and have been loyal to the program and have been able to move their way up on their senior year.
Do you have any key leaders?
Juan Ramirez is a captain, as well as Demas Medina is a captain, and Alex Villarreal has also been with us for the last 3 years, and they all provide tremendous leadership as seniors and have been through a lot of games with a lot of game experience throughout the last 3 years.
Do they have different styles of leadership?
Yes, Juan is the more vocal leader. He and Alex are both more vocal leaders. Demas is more of a leader by example and just overall play.
Okay. And then as far as I know, you had a tough loss last Friday against Sealy in the district opener, but how do you feel about the rest of district play?
We feel good about it. Last year we started district play with 2 losses, as a matter of fact, and then we were able to kind of pull things together, and we went on a pretty good run. We were able to just kind of find a good rhythm, and we're hoping to match that again this year. Sometimes it takes a little bit of something bad happening to open up something good.
So you've had a really tough, challenging non-district schedule, some tournaments. Does that usually prepare you for the district?
We have. We've been able to host a tournament the last 2 years, and then we usually go to a tournament in Brenham, which features a lot of schools from all over the state and a lot of 4A schools, good 4A schools that we're able to play against. So yeah, matching that with just some other games we're able to find, it's usually a good thing to have a good balance within our pre-district schedule.
Okay, and what about some of your JV, and I guess you have a JV team. How are they doing?
The JV team is doing well. A lot of times, especially in our district, we have teams that only have varsity teams. They're not able to field the JV team for whatever reason. But our JV team has played also a pretty good schedule ahead of time. Some bigger schools, 5A, 6A schools, and they've managed to hold their own. As a matter of fact, they beat Sealy the other night 2-0. They beat Sealy
Oh,
JV.
okay, great.
So yeah, they're doing a real good job, and they keep continuing to get better.
Okay. Well, Coach Perez, continuing to do great things at Stafford. We appreciate you being here.
I appreciate it,
Thanks
Mike.
a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
Next up is Stafford softball.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Todos. Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance. Strength. With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own. Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
You taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
There's a threat targeting America: Lyme disease.
Spread by tiny ticks, this dangerous disease can cause life-changing health problems and is now more widespread than West Nile, tuberculosis, and HIV/AIDS combined. So it's time for us to target Lyme disease. That means checking for ticks when you've been outside and seeing a doctor if you experience the warning signs, which can include joint pain and flu-like symptoms. Learn how you can target Lyme disease at targetlyme.org.
Our next guest, Coach Arenbide, isn't just the Stafford softball coach. She's also the girls' athletic director at Stafford High School. The Lady Spartans have enjoyed success with Coach Arenbide at the helm, and the team begins the 2017 campaign tonight against 6A Spring Westfield. Thanks for being here, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, you guys have a season opener tonight, Westfield. I know you like to play the larger schools to try to get that experience.
Yeah,
talk about tonight's game.
We definitely try to see as many different schools as possible. We're always in a tough district, and we're looking forward to tonight's season opener. We haven't faced Westfield before at the varsity level. Our JV traveled to their tournament last year, and so we decided to go ahead and try to do a varsity matchup with them as well. So we're looking forward to it.
Now, this might be one of the toughest 4A districts around that you're in.
Most definitely. We have Sealy, Belleville, Needville. So we have some contenders, every year in our district.
How do you feel about your chances to go to the playoffs?
This year, I have 5 seniors and 5 returning starters. It's one of the best squads that I've had all around. So we're really looking forward to making a push. Again, we are in a very, very tough district, but the chances are good if we can go out and perform the way that we're capable of.
Okay, and then you have a Stafford tournament coming up, I guess, toward the end of the month.
Yes, the last weekend of February, we always hold the Stafford varsity tournament. This year we have 8 teams coming, and we're doing a round-robin style play. So we'll have 5 games in the span of 3 days. So we're looking forward to that.
And how does that prepare you for district?
It's great for us. We get a lot of work in. You get to put yourself in a lot of situations and push through and see what we're capable of doing.
Do you have some key leaders on the team this year?
Most definitely. I have a senior, Kiana Stewart. She's my senior shortstop. She led our team last year in hitting. Alyssa Jackson is our junior center fielder. She led the district offensively as well. I mean, they were neck and neck. They were co-MVPs last year together. They're both returning. And then I have a junior pitcher who's bringing a lot of experience to the mound, Miss Ashley Hudson. So we're just really looking forward to the season with these leaders that we have.
Okay, and then I know another exciting thing for the program is starting March 1st, right after the tournament, you're going to have some renovations on the field.
Yes, we're getting an upgrade. We're getting a makeover. So the girls are super excited about it. When you play on facility that looks good and makes you feel good, you have a little bit of pride in where your home is. And so the girls are super pumped about it, and we're excited. We're excited for the upgrade to our facilities.
Okay, and you yourself played college softball, right?
Yes, I played at Belhaven University in Jackson, Mississippi.
And how did that prepare you, to get into coaching?
I think playing at the collegiate level kind of helps you understand the work ethic that you have to be successful in the sport. There's so much that goes into it, and it's such a mental game. So just being a part of that, from a young age and all the way through the collegiate level has helped me to understand the game a little bit better. So.
Okay, great. And we just want to wish you good luck on your season opener tonight.
Thank you.
And we know you guys will do great.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. All right. Well, thank you for being here, viewers. We appreciate your time. And tune in next time to Spartan Sports Central.